Welcome in, gang coaches. Pumped to have you. So we've been so preoccupied with the Guardians' crazy division race and MLB wildcard playoffs starting up that we've neglected the WNBA playoffs, and the finals are starting up, I believe, Friday. So it says Friday at 8 p.m. Okay, so Coach didn't think he was going to have a pick for it, to be honest. When we looked at it way back, Coach said just give him Reeves because she had won so many. But the more Coach was thinking about it, I was like, well, Minnesota doesn't tie in anywhere, right? Now that the Wild didn't do anything, right? Which we weren't completely banking on them anyway, right? But that was pretty much the only hope that we thought Minnesota really had to be relevant. So it's like, why would they just pop up out of nowhere and do it? So then, they get eliminated. Caitlin Clark gets eliminated, to the surprise of many, I'm sure, who think it's rigged. They probably had them penciled in there like, oh, Halliburton was in the NBA Finals with the Pacers and Clark was hanging out there, just put her in the WNBA Finals. So Coach honestly wasn't expecting to have a pick, but I do. I do have a pick. Coach racked his brain a little bit, okay? So Coach is like, Phoenix and Vegas, because that's all Coach thought of at first. He wasn't thinking, this is Phoenix and Vegas. Fuck that, right? It's just two desert teams, right? What's going on there? And then Coach is like, Mercury, huh? Like the Ford Mercury? So Coach can't fade that at all. We are 100% going with the Ford Mercury. Okay, Phoenix Mercury to beat the Vegas Aces. We're the dogs. We're the number 4 seed. Coach says it's in the bag. It's not like a complete lock or anything, but there's no way Coach is going to tell you anything that leans towards the Aces. I just don't see it happening. We're all in on the Mercury. If we lose, we lose. But Coach feeling actually surprisingly good about that pick. So very happy we got that. We also like that it ties in with Lincoln. The movie Snake Eyes is very reminiscent of the Charlie Kirk bang bang that just happened recently. There's a senator named Charles Kirkland, right? And one of the fighters is named Lincoln. And so you got the Lincoln tie in there. Of course, Michigan. Let's see. Anything special here? So we got our pick. Coach wants to tell you the bad news. So Coach cut like a full hour video that for whatever ungodly reason just didn't record at all, even though it told me it was recording the whole time. So hoping we don't get a repeat of that. But Coach crushed like over 25 tabs in that video. And he read a whole book and had a whole list of names to go over with you, and we did. We went over all of them, and they were all baseball players from like the early 1900s. Right, so Coach is pretty bummed about that. Not gonna lie, he put all that effort into it. We don't even have anything to show for it, but at least it's like such a one-off for the channel that Coach can shake it off. Like, yeah, it really sucks, but when you think about it, all the work I've done, there's like almost no other time I can point to where something went terribly, terribly wrong. I guess we'll take the L on the one time, and I don't think there was any huge revelations. We were mostly just laughing about shit. But let's go ahead and talk baseball. So we went 2 for 2 on the day, which it being the first game of a 3-game series, right? Coach says that's perfectly acceptable because earlier in the series, earlier in a season, they have more wiggle room, right? Stick around. Once they've made their bed, you should pretty much know which way they're going if you got to beat on things. So your record should always improve in the later games and later in the season, etc., right? So we expected the Guardians to lose. They did, which sucks, right? So we got it right, but that's the team we want to win the whole fucking thing. So now we got to win back-to-back, which we expect them to do. But it does suck that they are potentially hours away from their entire season being over at the hands of the Tigers. We don't believe that's going down in Cleveland, not in Believe Land. We think it's their year, and they're going to make an epic comeback for us. They only gave up 2 runs today. It's not like they completely fell apart. They should be able to rally. They had a guy on third with no outs. They should have fucking made it happen, but it is what it is, right? So Guardians, we strongly expect them to bounce back, but of course a little nerve-wracking that this really might be the last Guardians game we watch all year, and Coach is not prepared for that. He needs more Guardians baseball.